Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Sunday, August 18th, around 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 2024. As predicted, Shiveluch puts on quite a show today after the 7 magnitude strikes the Kamchatka. Keep calm. It's boom time. Philadelphia, Washington, among millions facing severe weather threat along the I-95 corridor Sunday. Those storms will move offshore overnight. And there is a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of central Alabama until 10 p.m. Central. So heed the warnings if you're in a region. And Hurricane Ernesto regains hurricane strength, bringing impacts to Atlantic Canada in the coming days, Monday and Tuesday. Now, there are rip currents warnings from West Palm Beach, Florida, all the way up through Maine. It's insane. So heed the warnings and don't die. There have been over 34 deaths due to tidal activities and 2 deaths yesterday due to the rip currents care of Ernesto. Let's take a look at the key message, shall we? If I can find it. Here we go. Even though Ernesto is forecast to remain well offshore the U.S. East Coast, swells generated by the hurricane will continue to affect the area through the early part of the week. Beachgoers should be aware there is a significant risk of life-threatening surf and rip currents and should stay out of the water if advised by lifeguards. Surf and rip currents are also possible on the Bahamas, Bermuda, and Atlantic Canada during the next few days. Let's take a quick look at the GFS model. We can see Ernesto here off the coast of the Carolinas, and we'll be rapidly moving to the north towards maritime Canada. 3, 6, 9, 12. Some time early morning, it looks like most of that rain is going to move offshore for the East Coast, and that's good news from late day Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday as the East dries up, and most of the U.S. is very calm. All is quiet on the Western Front. Some afternoon monsoonal activity in the Four Corners region here will continue through the end of August, which is good news. We need the moisture. Seismic update. No quakes of note. Continued activity on the Kamchatka, including that eruption from Shiveluch. We'll get to that in just a moment as we jump over to the Reykjanes Peninsula. I was watching all day because this uptick, one of the largest in weeks, I thought was going to be kick off the next eruption, but the activity has come to a standstill once again, and no eruption has occurred. We've got more seismicity, so cross your fingers if you're interested in seeing, I believe, the 8th eruption in 3 years. Now, a volcano erupts in Russia after the 7 magnitude earthquake. Let's take a look. Is this the good footage? No, we've got the good footage. It's coming up in just a second. There it is. Let's take a look at the footage of this is Shiveluch being triggered after the powerful 7 magnitude earthquake on Sunday. And I believe I specifically mentioned Shiveluch and predicted it would erupt after the earthquake. There is no sound here in the beginning. This is definitely a time lapse of the eruption. Here we can see some of the seismicity inside a local resident in the Kamchatka. Oh, there is audio. Quite a bit of shaking there. And the eruption wasn't particularly high per se, but it was quite spectacular. Take a look at the volcanic lightning, and they did switch the aviation color code to red, which means no-fly zone. So the volcano showed very dramatic activity after the 7 magnitude earthquake yesterday. Let's turn that off. What's going on here? Yeah, let's pause that. Sorry about that. Let's go on with more of worldwide volcano news. Reventador, 14,000 foot today. Sabancaya to 22,000 foot. Shiveluch, 28,000 foot puff after the initial 23,000 foot ash column, which is now drifting hundreds of kilometers across the Bering Strait. Dukono to 8,000. Sakodajima, 8,000 foot puff. We've got Ibu to 7,000. Here is that smoke from Shiveluch. The plume has been traveling across vast stretches of the Bering Sea. The ash column has been reported at an altitude of 28,000 feet by the VAAC and is currently dissipating 1,520 kilometers to east-southeast of the volcano. That's quite a distance. Take a look. Etna, more activity on the Voragine crater. This may lead to another paroxysm. We've also got Sungate at 19,000 feet. White Island, an eruption today. Continuous low-level ash. Sabancay to 25,000. Reventador to 14,000 foot. Sungate, Etna is back on the list. Shiveluch, 20,000 foot puff. And Ibu wrapping up today's Worldwide Volcano News. 7,000 foot puff there. Quick space weather update. A few sunspots turning around the limb here. Aren't very active low-level M flares today. Nothing significant. Let's take a look. There is a pretty substantial sunspot there. Quite bright indeed. And it would appears to be a small array of sunspots in this plage region just turning around the limb. So nothing really significant coming at us. Tiny little M flares. And all is quiet as far as the KP index. We're hovering down here at 2. 3-day geomagnetic forecast is all calm through August 21st. You won't want to miss the August rare super blue moon boom. Here's how you can and when you can see it. Well, you get up out of your seat when it gets dark and you go out the door and you look up at it tomorrow night when it will be full. It will be a rare super blue moon boom. Go get it. You want to know what else you can go get? Come over to Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Rumble and watch the newest documentary we've put up on the channel, The Fire Within, a requiem for Katya and Maurice Kraft, two of the craziest volcanologists who lost their lives on the side of a volcano. And in case you didn't know, we also have Europa, The Last Battle, a 10-hour documentary on, well, maybe some things that may open your eyes. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share the video. We are shadow banned and we need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Watch all of our podcasts in one place, commercial free. And be safe. We love you.